Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Okay, guys, so I'm using my Soul Purpose Oracle and my Past Life Oracle, and I've pulled some cards here, basically just to see what messages would come through. No real set questions, just what do the people need to know? Um, so take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Um, we start off up there basically and come down here. I'm gonna try to fit this into the 15 minutes for Instagram, but we'll see what happens. So basically, Divine Feminine was the first card that came out. So I know a majority of my viewers are Divine Feminine. So you possibly could be the Divine Feminine. If not, you may be listening about your Divine Feminine. And this is honoring the ways of the sacred feminine cycles of rebirth. So I feel like basically the divine feminine, she's the one that gives birth to these new cycles. She's the one that kind of leads the way within the healing process. She's the one that is usually awoken and, aware of things a little bit ahead of the masculine. Not in every situation or not every relationship, but in a lot of them. I'm finding actually more and more masculines. I don't know if there's more and more waking up or just more and more coming to me at this time, but every day, more and more of the masculines are coming and showing up in my comments and in my messages and in my emails and just everywhere. So I feel like there is a wave of masculines awakening. That may also be my own thing though, my own energies and frequencies being open to men. You know what I mean? When you go through shit, sometimes you get a big barrier, I don't feel safe near people, so I'm gonna put up a barrier, and people kind of know, and energies kind of repel. But yeah, I feel like there is maybe a mix. Maybe there are more masculines awakening, and also my ability to deal with them is maybe healing. So anyways, the divine feminine traditionally, up until this point, has kind of led the way. But no matter what, she's the one that gives birth. She's the one that has the baby. Without her, we're not going to be spitting any kids out. We're not going to be creating any more new beginnings. We're not going to be having a birth of anything because there's nowhere to put your seed. So I feel like this is kind of tapping into that energy of recognizing the divine in the divine feminine, recognizing that there is more to her essence. There's more to her. There's more beauty. There's more, energy around her that needs to be honored and needs to be, held in regard. And when you make love to somebody, when you connect with somebody, that should be respected, that should be protected, that should be treated in a way that fills you up. You shouldn't be leaving that situation feeling sad, or feeling like you were used, or feeling that person didn't connect with me, or any of those things. You deserve to have somebody that is here to be there with you in that free spirit energy, because a divine feminine who's healed and happy and good and taken well care of and respected and all of those things, she's usually that free spirit energy. She's going to bring the sweetness to the masculine. She's going to bring the softness to the masculine, because the masculine usually has this rougher exterior. He's got a little bit more this rugged energy. He's the provider. He's the one that's gonna go hunt and kill and do all of those things to take care of the feminine and take care of the seed that he planted in her and all of those things. So it's a natural instinct, and it's a natural thing inside of the feminines to want to be not I know everybody freaks out with certain terms, and it's not to be submissive or anything like that, but it's just the energy. One energy is soft and one energy is a little bit stronger. So I feel like this is basically speaking to the fucking energy, not necessarily you having to submit or think that someone's better than you or stronger than you or anything like that. But it's more so the energies and embodying the appropriate energies, and making sure that your people who are coming to you are embodying the appropriate energies, because there's a lot of feminines who don't respect themselves, don't love themselves, don't have worth on themselves. And in those situations, they connect with a masculine that is toxic and karmic and doesn't honor her or treat her the way that she should be treated, doesn't, offer that committed sacred union, doesn't see her as a vessel of light or divine energy, just kind of uses her as an empty vessel. So I feel like that's an important thing, is that you need to know that you are here and you've committed to a sacred union, and you are here to enjoy life and to love freely. Like, love should be easy, love should be free, it should be something that makes you feel happy, you know. And for some of you, your love began in another life and it's going to live on for more. So if you have a divine counterpart that you've committed to a sacred union with, then obviously it's going to carry on. It's not going to just be like this one-time thing. It's already been carried on from other places and other experiences. And inner happiness and contentment passed on from a past life. So some of you, I feel like, could be seeking this out, because we had resounding sadness originates in another life. So I feel like it's going to be a mix. Some of you may have this happiness inside of you, may be that free spirit. You may be all la 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 la. Don't let somebody take that from you, because that can be taken from you, you know. Like, life happens and people get rough and tough and hurt and exteriors go up and, you know, pain happens. So, you know, make sure that if you have that free spirit and that joy inside your heart, and you don't really have that like heavy energy that you're carrying around with you, that you are remaining in the energies that people are treating you, you know, with good vibes, that you're being treated as you want to be treated. And you know, keep that vibration with you, because it's important. You're probably here to anchor that vibration, because not everybody can maintain that carefree, lighthearted, you know, free spirit type of stuff. It depends on what they've been through and all those things. But you know, because I have harboring anger from a past life, I have resounding sadness originates in another life, and then I have this inner happiness. So for some of you, it could even be that you had a happiness, you had a joy, you had that free spirit, you had that love, you were the divine feminine, you were the high priestess. You know, in the older days, the divine feminine was like royalty. They recognized her divinity. They knew that without her, they couldn't create. So they treated her as a sacred being. And they treated the man as a sacred being too. It's like, it's not like it was one over the other. It was a give and take, a balanced thing. But somewhere along the way, that got mixed up and messed up, and the feminines kind of got put down underneath things. And now there's this breaking out, but there's like doing it almost in a masculine way, like the forced feminines to become masculine in order to be okay in this world. Like, I've got to provide for myself, I've got to protect myself, I'm going to, you know, do this and do that, I'm going to be hard and tough and strong, and I wonder why I can't find a person to like commit with me and love me and, you know, stay around, because you're too much like in the energy that, you know, it's like, I don't need you, you know. You need to be able to soften up and not be needy, but just let somebody know that like you still like need their presence, or you need to have some sort of balance in your life, because that's all it is balance. Everything here is duality. We have light and dark, good and bad, up and down, back and forth, man and woman, or masculine and feminine. So anger and happy, you know, it's like there's always the duality. So whatever you're in or emanating, always make sure that there's a balance with that, and make sure that you're not repelling the things that you want by being in the vibration that you are in. You know, if you have somebody that's a divine masculine and you're like separated from that divine masculine, and you can't figure out from your inner knowing like what's going on, go deeper within and find that sacred feminine inside of you, who knows how to be, who knows how to show up, who knows how to be the free spirit, who can remember that happiness that you had at one point, whether it was in this lifetime or another lifetime, or if you still have it, hold on to it and don't let anybody take it. And we also have big family here. It says, an abundance of family and friends. Stand on your own and become a leader. So some of you may have you know, a lot of people in your lives, or there could be a big, huge freaking soul family because of many, many lives lived on and off this earth. You know, some of you are definitely star seeds, which comes through a lot for me with you guys. So basically, you signed up for this life, and you signed up for the magical obstacles to rise up and heal and ascend. You're anchoring the high vibrations and energy onto the earth by just being here, but you will sign up to go through the shit show. You know, like, you might come in all free spirit, you might come in all happy dappy and be all good and get gay and yay, but then the major, you know, traumas could happen, major setbacks could, you know, happen in your life. You could fall into addiction, or you could fall into abuse, or you could fall into codependency, or you could have a family that has a shit ton of fucking issues that gets passed down to you, either through your bloodline or through your belief systems or through your DNA, or however it comes. It could just be cellular memories, it could be anything, but whatever it is, make sure that you're not becoming like one of the sheep of the herd, make sure you're standing on your own as a leader in your life. And if you are holding on to any anger or resentment or frustration with your family from childhood, or with the people who have hurt you in other relationships, or if you're just frustrated at the fact that you aren't with your divine masculine, or things aren't working out with them right now, and so it makes you sad, and so it makes you mad, and it does all those things to you, you've got to try to release that, because this vibration of sadness or anger is not going to allow for the free spirit to flow. It's not going to allow for that new rebirth of, yay, everything's great and dandy. Like, I see a lot of people in that, where they stay there, where they stay sad and they stay angry, or they go from the sad to the angry, and it's like it just takes them so much longer because they're holding on to so many deeper emotions, rather than just releasing them and letting them go and being that free spirit and forgiving. We don't forgive others for their sake, we forgive others for our own sanity, so that we don't have to be miserable at the hands of somebody else's bullshit. And again, we had divine masculine, honoring sacred masculinity and power, clarity and confidence. So this is a divine masculine. When they have clarity and confidence, when they confidently come in and they are clear about what they want, so if your divine masculine maybe isn't in their divine energy right now, you need to trust your inner knowing to guide you with that. You may be steered away from your soul's mission right now and be in separation right now, but your inner knowing can guide you on what to do, because you are here to overcome and grow. You're going to figure out, when you go within and meditate and ask, for the answers from within, what do I need to do to be like the one that's giving birth to this new beginning, or the cycles that are going to shift, so that we don't keep repeating whatever we're doing, so that we don't keep getting each other angry, or we don't keep hurting each other, making each other sad, or making each other feel certain ways, or I don't keep triggering their inner child wounds. Like, how can I heal my inner child so they can mirror back to me their own healed inner child? How can I rise up so that they can rise up? Because if you're the one that's leading the way, then you're going to have to kind of do that stuff and bite the bullet and just be like, well, yeah, I may be frustrated, yeah, I may be sad, yeah, maybe they did something like this and that, whatever, but if you still care, you still feel this way about them, that this is what they are, then you got to do the soul work in order to understand and grow and ascend and heal, so that you can come back into balance and union with your mission, which is basically just the fact that you've agreed to be here and to assist with Earth's ascension, which is what the starseeds do. It's what the twin flames do. That's why I find a lot of twin flames are starseeds. They literally came in pairs, they grouped off and were like, all right, here we go, and forgot. You went through the veil of forgetfulness, and you don't remember everything, but you're waking up and remembering who you are. That's all it is. That's why you have those weird moments of synchronicity, or that weird feeling or sense, or something's happened before. I don't know why I feel this way about this person, or blah. It's like you already deep inside of you, you have all the answers, but you have to trust that and go within. And a lot of times the divine feminine is going to be the eyes for the divine masculine, and you're going to help to bring them that clarity and the confidence that they need, so that they can come into union with what they're supposed to be doing. Some of you have that's all you're meant to do, is come into your union and come into that vibration and frequency to make a family, to grow, to bring in a healthy situation for your bloodlines and for your family, genetics and all of that. And others of you are supposed to come together and do bigger things, for the ascension, as shamans, as light workers, on a grander scale. But it doesn't matter how big or small it is. You just have to do the internal stuff and figure out what your internal stuff is. And nobody can really do that except for you. You have to be the one that goes, okay, what happened as a child? Let me look at my family situation. A lot of times people who've been in really shitty situations or unhealthy, toxic, family dynamics, they don't even recognize it, or they kind of play it down, oh, it wasn't that bad, or like they trauma bond to their parents more than anybody because it's their parents. So if you've had any type of weirdness, ever had a little inkling that maybe my relationship with my mom or my dad or whoever, wasn't necessarily the best thing for me, or it didn't serve me the best way possibly. Maybe it messed up my little inner child thing, and that could be where I'm harboring some stuff, and that may be why I'm attracting people into my life that are, playing out a certain situation over and over, because that happens a lot too. You may have karmic relationships, or even your person that is your mirror to show you all the things that you need to heal. They're going to show you the shit that your family did to you. They're going to trigger those wounds, even if they don't necessarily do anything to hurt you. They will show you the wound. They will show you where you're suffering, where you're in lack, or separate from your healed aligned self. So, I feel like a lot of you do have like this royal energy, which is, like Lyran energy. So it says manifest abundance easily, born for luxury, share the wealth, regal royal presence, work on being humble and grateful. So, sometimes when this is the thing, when you have this type of energy, you can get a little, it can go two ways, because I feel like a lot of the ones that are going to resonate with this part of it are probably the Lyran souls, and the Lyrans are the ones that can manifest very, very well. However, if you're thinking about negative things or feeling negatively, you're going to manifest negative shit real quickly. So if you're feeling sad, it's going to compound and get really, really bad. If you're feeling like angry and fighting, that's going to compound and get really, 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 really bad. If you're getting, any type of thing that's out of alignment or just not in the right vibration, anything that they focus on, think about, or feel, just boom, gets really big. So work on being aware of what you're thinking, and try to release your sadness, release your anger. If you're feeling sad, use the water to wash it away. Use the elements on the earth. The water washes our emotions away. It's connected to the divine feminine essence. The fire transmutes our anger. The earth can ground and stabilize us. The air can miscommunications get blown away. So anything that's not been 100%, or anything that's been kind of like, ugh, just let it go away. Do whatever you need to do to get that gone, but know that it needs to go. It could be from childhood, it could be from yesterday. It doesn't matter when it came, but we don't want to hold on to it. And then with the fighter, it says aggressive and ready to fight, defensive. You were the killer in a fight. So this could be you, but I was really more so picking up, for some of you, this could be the person that you are connected to, like a masculine vibration is what I was getting with that. So you may have somebody that, if they're not in their divine essence, they could be aggressive, or feel like defensive, like take everything kind of like, just defense to everything that you say, or think everything's like directed at them, or you know what I mean? Some people just like assume the worst when you say something, like they don't think greatly of themselves sometimes, so they assume everybody else is thinking the same way. But that could be you too. So take it as it resonates. And then we had the unknown, which I felt like kind of belonged with this. So the unknown was like adaptable, shapeshift, mutable, changeable, lived many lives, and influenced by unhealed karma. So if you've lived many lives and you have no, set thing, for a lot of us come in here, the starseed souls, that's like, we really resonate with the Pleiadian, or we really resonate with the Syrian, or we really resonate with the Lyran, or whatever. Or we feel like we're a Blu-ray or an Indigo or whoever. It doesn't matter what it is, but usually somebody has something that they kind of resonate on some level with, like, oh, I really resonate with the Egyptian, thing, or I really resonate with the shamanic way, or I really resonate with something. But there's some people who don't know at all. They're just lost, and that can make them feel kind of upset too, or like on defense, because they don't know themselves, so they don't know how to show up in a healthy dynamic with other people. So I feel like these could be, karmic energies for somebody that needs to be cleared. And then we had the light worker here. It says naturally awakening, magical, healer, lover, galactic past life, ascended master. So again, the starseeds, usually this just happens. Like they just kind of like kick on one day and they know. Like all of a sudden, like, maybe a week before they were scared to do XYZ, but then all of a sudden one day they're like, fuck it, I don't care anymore, I'm gonna do it. And they like start doing light language, or they start doing tarot, or they start doing something that they just do, and they innately know how to do it, and they continue to do it until, they get really good and share that and probably tap into other gifts and do other things to help them to explore the unknown and to make the wrongs right and to get the answers for stuff and to heal the wounds that would make them feel upset or on edge about things. Get rid of the sadness, get rid of the anger, get rid of the things that could just be kind of like lingering from other times. And then we had the shaman, which says carries ancient wisdom and teachings close to the earth, connect with Pachamama. So some of you like maybe more so earth energy. You may not necessarily resonate as much with the stars, and that's okay. A lot of shamans connect to the stars, like they balance it, like the shamans are very much connected to all of the elements in the earth and all of that, but they also very much connect to the star energy, like they as above so below, they connect with all of that. So it doesn't matter, whatever you want to connect with, up, down, all around, who cares? Whatever floats your boat and makes you feel good and makes sense to your soul, that's what you are meant to do. So connect with Pachamama. Pachamama is another name for the spirit of the earth, or Gaia. It's basically the same thing. You can ground by just like walking with bare feet, or you can sit in meditation and see yourself connecting with the earth, like putting roots down into the earth, and see them growing and twisting and winding down through all the layers of all the rocks and all the dirt and all that stuff, right down into the heart center where Pachamama's womb is. And that's where you can go within and get some inner child healing. You can literally crawl into the womb, the belly of the mother, and let her nurture you in her belly, basically. See yourself in the like fetal position and get the receiving of what you need. Ask that child what it needs. Ask that child what it needs to say. Ask that child why it's wounded. Ask her why it's unhappy, or why it's sad, or why it's mad, or why whatever. Like, you will know better than anybody what the deal is, or like what the energy, vibration might be. Like, are you mad, or are you sad, or are you, whatever. What are you? Go ask the child why, because it mostly resonates and comes from that time. And it could even come from another time where you passed as a child or had a major trauma in another life as a child. So you may not have had anything bad happen in this lifetime directly, but it doesn't mean that you don't have a wounded inner child inside of you that needs to be healed. So you need to allow yourself to laugh and play and have fun and enjoy your life. And some of you could feel, this energy too, like afraid to be yourself. Because a lot of people who've been the shaman, a lot of people who've been the light worker, or have been the witch, or have been whatever they resonate with for the term, the star seeds, sometimes they have that fear of being themselves, or they have the fear of the light language, or the fear of the, what if I do this and everybody laughs, or everybody, hates me, or won't I go to hell, or, everybody's got weird beliefs connected to different things, and basically whatever you believe is what you perceive. So if you keep believing these negative things about the stuff that you want to do or that you're called to, then yeah, you're going to manifest shitty situations, you're going to manifest stuff that doesn't feel good. But if you can believe that what you're doing is divine and guided by something, within you and outside of you and all around you and within everybody else, it's like we're all one. There's no separation. Literally, there's nothing other than just energy and frequency, and that's it. It's like I can touch the energy and frequency that's touching you right now. But if you were killed by a death by mob mentality, or hung or burned at some point, obviously that would make you a little nervous about being who you are. So that may be something that you would want to heal, go within and figure out what happened. And you just need to trust in order for that, just trust what you receive. You could do it through automatic writing, you could do it through meditation, you could do it through, like a trance type thing, where sometimes people do that through, like a repetitive drum, or, just kind of whatever makes you feel good and connected and receiving. Like, some people hold crystals, some people will do certain types of like aromatherapies. There's many different ways people connect. Some people need to do like the ayahuasca stuff. I really don't think that's necessary, because I know for myself, I go pretty deep into like a weird state when like I use certain music with drums, or just anything really. It's this intention Your intention is the biggest thing. So if you have the intention to heal, or you have the intention to know, or to understand, or to grow, you will. And some of you could have been in the desert, some of you could have been in Africa, and some of you could have been on islands. You could have been connected to Atlantis, or just an island in general. But, I feel like those are just kind of places that you may have been at different times, different lives, that may be significant to remind you of something. Some of you may even have been prisoners, need for freedom or seclusion, sees through the control system of Earth. So, like, this is like, for me, like, I kind of like seclude myself away, and I see like the systems, and I see the bullshit that everybody like is in, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go out there and participate in that. So you may have been a prisoner at one point, or you could have even just been a prisoner of something, like love, like, like if you weren't able to be that free spirit to enjoy your love life, or to enjoy your childhood, or enjoy some sort of thing that was like taken from you, stolen from you through, trauma or whatever, you'd be a prisoner of that until you heal it, So, I think that's basically it. Hopefully this had made sense for somebody and will help to deliver some answers, some sort of direction for you that can help you to figure out, look at that, there's Atlantis, fear of catastrophe, respect for the ocean, awareness of power struggles, here to heal from the fall. So, that's another thing too, is we had a huge fall with Atlantis because of the control systems, and because of people abusing power, and getting out of balance with the ways of the earth, and the ways of the world that like is in this energy of keeping this peace and keeping this light and this dark thing in check. We can't be all love and light all the time, and we can't be all doom and gloom either. We have to be able to balance ourselves and know that, like, if we don't, there's going to be a catastrophe. Like, in the way things are going right now, it's like, dude, we got to do some stuff. Like, we got to stop caring so much about, like, what is he thinking and feeling and wanting and all of that. Like, no, it doesn't matter until this stuff happens, until you heal, until you grow, until you ascend. This is not going to come. This is going to stay away, because you got to heal this and this. You got to heal what made this happen to begin with. You've got to help them to see clearly. You've got to help them find the confidence. But they can't find that or see that until things heal. And they won't heal if you're the one that's leading the way. They ain't going to heal until you heal, because you are mirrors. So you've got to mirror to each other a healed, whole, aligned self. And the way that you do that is by going within, trusting your sacred feminine essence, giving birth to a new beginning, getting rid of the sadness, knowing that you've committed to this, but you didn't commit to just come in here and be like, oh, I have a divine masculine, and that's it, and now that I know that, I'm just going to go see them and tra-la-la-la-ah. Like, you're going to wait forever. I know people, oh, how long do I have to wait? How long do I have to wait? You have to wait until you are healed. So if you're not doing anything, get going. Work on it. Do some stuff. I've put out meditations. Other people have put out meditations. All the stuff that I have out there is free. I've got more stuff coming all the time, but it's a choice. If you want to stay in the energy of anger and, big accidents and no goodness, that's a choice. But if you want to come into a committed sacred union, you've got to do the sacred union work, and know that there's a deeper meaning behind all of the things that you see. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for you to go through the pain and the suffering and the separation. You've got to release the attachment to the obsession and just, like, ascend, grow, heal, become stronger, become wiser, become, ready for the sacred part of it, because a lot of people aren't ready to be in a sacred union until they do the sacred work. So, hopefully that helps you. Thank you very much. In Renee, namaste.